Hello, friends. If I sound like I've smoked 20 packs a day for the last 2 days, it's because I have a cold. Anyways, today we are going to play with a new material that I found on Amazon that I'm super excited about. Hey, Tiny. Tiny's here. He's sitting over there. It is this Deli paper that comes, it's waxed paper, but it doesn't feel like the top is waxed, which is wonderful. It comes in all these different colors, but it's checkerboard. So you get a whole ton of like pink checkerboard, and then you get a ton of red checkerboard. So we're going to pull out a couple of each of these. And the cool part of this is that they were, I feel like I got a lot less teal checkerboard, which would be my favorite. Oh no, black and white would be my favorite checkerboard. Let's get a few of those. And then we have some yellow checkerboard. That's bright and sunny. And then we have blue checkerboard. Is that it? That's it. Okay, so if we find out we love this, we have a ton of these left. And the cool thing is that I have a magical paper sorter that I can put these all in. I'm going to have to separate them into 2 and 2, into half and half, but that's fine, just because the stacks are tall. But one of the things I did this year was to organize my office so that I would have room for all the types of paper. And those are 12 by 12 sheets, and I have a little spot in my stamp and storage box for 12 by 12 sheets, which means it fits right in there. I don't know if I've published that video yet. I might have to do that. Okay, so we have these kind of colors. Let's start with the base of our backgrounds. So I have 2 different kinds of paper that I'm going to use as a base. I have 3 pieces of mixed media, which is Canson extra large, XL. I don't know if that means extra large, but anyways, that's mixed media paper. And I also have pages let's fold a little bit better. I'm just trying to fold it so that it'll tear easier. And then I folded it cattywampus. But one of the things that I've started doing more is, instead of creating whole entire collages on a piece of paper, is I am doing more of creating backgrounds and then pulling it into my Procreate program and then making collages that way, which I've on the iPad, which I've been really loving. It's kind of fun. But I still do all of the paper dolls and the stuff this way. So today we're gonna start. Let's figure out first some kinds of backgrounds we want to make. How about like one of these guys? What do we think? Do I like that? Do I want it to be, so we're gonna think about it. Do we want to make like the middles? Oh, I think I want the middles to be more, sometimes I do lots of thoughts, no brain power because I have a cold. A lot of times I'll cut up all different kinds of papers, but for these, I kind of want to have a more unified look to the background. So we are going to do a set of paper backgrounds that all start with something interesting in the back. So that's gonna be that one. Now I have this really cool piece of paper. I love this one. This is from a health magazine. Oh, it says mother. I'm gonna put that one on there. And this paper is very old and crumbly. And then we're gonna do a ton of mixed media stuff on here. So we're gonna do, just get these papers ready, and the background papers are just, because I couldn't do mixed media on this little crumbly paper without something to back it. All right, next we have, let's do a piece of graph paper. I just grabbed a whole bunch of little papers I have hanging out. Might as well use all your papers, right? And that just reminded me when that happened. If you don't want to get glue all over your underneath papers, don't glue on your underneath paper. Pull them to the side. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother you. There's that. Okay, now we have these guys. I thought I did, oh, here we go. I got some music sheets because I like to do music. Let's see. Well, that's exciting. Okay, so for this one's bigger than the background, so we're gonna just glue on the background and stick it to the background. I thought it was gonna be a music like this, right? Like a whole music, but it's kind of a teach you how to do music more than I have a whole bunch of vintage music, but it's not in the rotation yet because I can't use new stuff until I've used up the stuff I already have. Okay, how many more do we have to go? I have a map. I think a map could be fun to be a background. This is just a ratty old map. All right, so this piece for sure could come off. So there's part of a map. Can I get a bigger piece? There's a bigger piece. How many of you are old enough to remember going on trips and using a map? Okay, I have enough for two with that. There's a local auction house that sold maps. I bought a whole bunch of them. They aren't selling fancy stuff. They're just selling like people's whole houses. You could do that at estate sales too and find old maps. Let's see, on this one, let's do, oh, more green. And I do want to try to get this relatively flat, right? So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down, but the lines and the crinkles and the texture do actually add something to the background. All right, so I had these other pieces kind of pulled out. We're not going to need them today, so I'm going to put them back in my papers to use next pile. I want to use all kinds of stuff today. Today, tomorrow. Oh God, was I singing on the internet again with a cold? That's not good. Okay, let's see where we are. Woodlands Heights Hospital, and there's Frank Avenue. Hi, Frank. I don't know if we know where this is. Lufkin Junior High West. I bet you we could figure out from that. Anyways, Hudson. Okay, so now we have these backgrounds, and because this is a project featuring the checkerboards, we're going to call these the checkerboard pages. Let's go ahead and figure out what we want to do with the checkerboards. Do we want to make them borders? So this one, I think I'm going to make a border. Bing, bing, bing. And I'm just going to cut relatively straight. It's nice because you can kind of run along the lines. Okay, there's a piece. And the reason I think this is going to work out better is because I do love the checkerboards, but sometimes it's really hard to get the wax paper to absorb like India ink and things like that when I use my Pitt pens. So if I'm doing it with, you know, layering backgrounds on, so I made some fat ones and some skinny ones. All right, so for this one, I don't know how wide I want this to be. Let's just kind of go over to where we want it. And just glue that down. And you should be able to see some of the map through this wax paper, which will be fun. Okay, let's not glue all the papers together. Ask me how I know that that's a thing that could happen. I have glued so many things together. So I'm going to kind of overlap them this way. That's not going to be as wide. There's just going to be a little one up there. Like a little two banger. So let's make this one a little one. Right? And it's not going to be even. There we go. And then we went about half, 2.5. So let's go. And it's hard to tell anyways because, let's go all the way down. This is way wider than the under part is. Okay, there we go. First one done. Well, at least the checkerboard's on there. Okay, now let's do a teal one. You can see the music right through it. Do we want just that? Let's try one with just that. And for that, I want to do the Mod Podge. But I need a crappy brush because I don't want to ruin my good brushes. Oh, we'll just do mixed media. It's on here. Mixed media, Mod Podge is mixed media. All mixed media, excuse me, matte medium is not Mod Podge, but Mod Podge is all medium. Some of it's glossy medium, some of it's matte medium. But this is a good way to get your stuff stuck down. Now, I will tell you that to me, it always feels like matte medium isn't working, that it's just kind of sliding around. Do we want to do it like on a diagonal? Ooh, I want to do it on a diagonal. Okay. So we're gonna maybe kind of harlequin-y. I don't know what's going on with this, but this should be fun. Okay, and we're just going to set this one off to the side. Bink. All right, this one, well, let's keep our scraps because maybe we do one where we do stripes or something. What's our next one? Black and white. I want the black and white one to be, oh, let's do this one because I really am excited. So let's do, so we have 4 rows-ish. And we're actually going to glue 3.5. Oh, I'm cutting like a drunk sailor. I'm breaking into a sweat too because this is the first time I've been out of bed. And so we're going to get the colors on here, and then I'm go back to my bed for a nap. But I did want to do some art. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm doing the straight edge in because I don't want it to look weird. Let's do this side. Do we want, I don't know if I want to do the matte medium over top because I don't know yet. It doesn't seem like this is sealed, so I think it'll absorb ink and dye and glue and paint and stencils, which are things that we're going to do in the next video. This is just to get our background started. Okay. And now I will, you know what I am going to do though, because this paper is not craft paper, or like a scan of an old document. So if you printed this out on, we have some background papers that you can print on your printer, but this is actual old paper. It can't hold up to anything. It's a wimp. So we're not going to mess with that. Okay, so now we have one piece left over here, which seems to be what happens. So we have 4 left, 4 left. And these are the fancy ones, I think. No, 2 fancy ones, 2 easy ones. Okay, we got bright yellow. That's happy. I kind of want a happy yellow one with the, does that show through enough? Does this show through? Oh my goodness, let's do this. We haven't done this yet. Oh, that tears beautifully. I love that. Okay, okay. Let's try this. Let's go back to our collage roots, and I couldn't love that more. All those straight lines were freaking me out. Okay, let's do this. Actually, we have so much. I'm trying to be a PG channel. Okay, let's do our corner down here. And this time I think I will go over it, just so I can see all the different, like, which is the best way to do. This is a really a testing day to figure out what works, because if you plan on only trying a technique for one day, you're gonna never get really good at anything. So, and this feels like this is going to be a very wrinkly background. I love this, whatever the heck is going on here. Okay. And then, so I couldn't, even if I wanted to keep going, I couldn't keep going because we are going to have to wait for all these layers to dry before we can, oh, I glued myself to my artwork again. And I can't see as well, but can you see, can you see that graph paper through there? I feel like you can. And then we have this little bit up here. And I do want the border to go all the way around. And we'll put this part, oh, it goes all the way over. Cool. Pink. Oh, I sort of adore that. That's my favorite so far. Oh, I don't know. I just looked over at the other one. Okay, let's do another one like this. What haven't we done yet? Pink? No pink? No red. Okay, so we need a pink and a red. And what do we have left? We have 3 left. I think I'm going to do red on this. And I did kind of like that. I don't think I want it on the whole thing this time, though, because a map's cool by itself. So let's just do... Let's just do 2 corners, like that. A border doesn't always have to go all the way around. In fact, sometimes when it doesn't go all the way around, it's more fun. Because then you can fill the other areas in with something different and interesting. There we go. And so far, I haven't seen it dry. We'll look at the bottom pieces that should have dried by now, although we use the Nuvo with those, so we won't know how the matte medium's working with them. But so far, I've been very pleased with how easy these Deli sheets are to work with. Some of the, I have other Deli sheets. Okay, so let's talk Deli sheets. I have wax paper Deli sheets. Let me show you. That are these. And these are just wax paper. We've made background papers with those. And I can tell you those feel very differently to these. These feel like paper with a backing as opposed to waxed paper with a print on it, if that makes sense. All right, now we got pink. The pink, and then I'm going to do another black because I like black. Okay, I'm going to put black on here, so we'll do pink on here. Let's do a rough border all the way around. I'm going to be better at tearing. And getting matte medium on this underpaper that isn't made to be, you know, art paper. It's not mixed media paper. It's nothing like that. It's just, you know, graph paper, isn't bad. Because if we try to do mixed media artwork on just regular paper without covering it, there's a good chance it's just going to disintegrate, or the products won't work as well on it. So putting a little matte seal on everything, ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's go up here. I feel very happy that this is going so well. Why isn't that sticking down here? This is having a minute. Hold on. Ooh, the dye from the pink comes off at least. You can see it. Is it staining it a little pink? Interesting. Considering it's food grade. Now, granted, except on Google, nobody suggests putting glue in your pizza, but you would think for something food grade, it wouldn't. Well, that's a chemical. That's not fair. A chemical reaction to glue is not the same as what would happen if you had a food product on it. So I'm not going to leave a review on the Deli paper saying that when I used glue on it, it didn't maintain its color fastness. I don't think they intended me to use it in my mixed media. Okie dokie. There we go. That's one more. And last, but oh, you know what I was going to do? Never mind. We don't need one more black. I was going to use all of them. So let's start with, and I'm not doing them in any, do I do them in an order? Let's do them sort of in order. I love rainbow order. I do almost everything in rainbow order. So we're going to sort of do them in rainbow order. So red is our first rainbow color. And then orange would be our next one, but we don't have orange. So let's do pink. Or orange could be our purple. Because we don't have purple either. But we need more yellow. That go across. Nope. Red. Oh gosh, Miss Rachel. Do any of you have grandkids or kids? I keep hearing Miss Rachel in my head at all weird hours of the day and night because she sings about all the colors of the rainbow. She sings about birds and that Miss Rachel. I feel like she's sort of ruining my life. She's delightful. She was a school teacher and now she's a YouTube star. And all the babies love her. And what I love the best is if somebody can't afford to send their kid to preschool, which is prohibitively expensive, then they can afford, probably, to have YouTube. And if they can't afford YouTube, they can go to usually the local library. So their little kids would also have access to a trained teacher, which they might not otherwise get. I don't know how wide this is. I don't think that's wide enough to go all the way down. We're going to have to do red again, I think. Or one of them that goes all the way across. Pink. Nope, I don't want pink again. Yep, we're going to have to go red. Okay. So, if I ever start mumbling baby songs to you, it's because of my granddaughters. Ooh, look. I have enough dribbled down on the outside to finish this off. Okay. So now, oh, my water's all run out. I gotta fill up my water thing. Let's go through the ones that we've done. So we have done rainbow colors on, it looks like, music. We have done pink on graph paper. We have done red on a map. We have done yellow on ledger paper. Black on vintage paper. Crissy Crossy on music. And blue on a map. So that is super fun. We're going to let all these dry and let them settle themselves. And after that, we will start working on making them actual fun backgrounds. Hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobsen, Artsy Fartsy Life.